Welcome to our journey through the fascinating world of educational psychology. In this video, we'll explore the essential concepts and influential theories that shape how we understand learning and teaching. Educational psychology bridges the gap between psychology and education, focusing on how people learn and how teachers can foster effective learning environments. Whether you're a student, educator, or just curious about how learning works, this series will provide you with a solid foundation. Let's begin by understanding what educational psychology is and why it's so important in today's classrooms. Educational psychology is the scientific study of how people learn, including individual differences in learning, instructional processes, and the psychological principles behind teaching. It examines the cognitive, emotional, and social processes involved in education. By understanding these processes, educators can design better teaching strategies and learning environments. Educational psychology draws from various fields such as developmental psychology, cognitive science, and behavioral studies to create a comprehensive view of the learning process. Roots of educational psychology can be traced back to early philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, who pondered how people learn and acquire knowledge. However, the field truly began to take shape in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with pioneers such as William James, John Dewey, and Edward Thorndike. Their work laid the groundwork for modern theories and practices, emphasizing the importance of observation, experimentation, and the scientific method in understanding learning. One of the earliest and most influential theories in educational psychology is behaviorism. Pioneered by psychologists like John Watson and B.F. Skinner, behaviorism focuses on observable behaviors and how they are shaped by the environment. According to this theory, learning occurs through conditioning, either classical or operant. Teachers using behaviors principles often rely on reinforcement and punishment to shape student behavior, emphasizing repetition and practice. Classical conditioning, first described by Ivan Pavlov, involves learning through association. In the classroom, this might look like students associating a particular sound with the start of a lesson or a specific activity. Over time, these associations can influence student behavior and expectations. Understanding classical conditioning helps teachers create positive learning environments and routines that support student engagement. Operant conditioning, developed by B.F. Skinner, is all about learning through consequences. Positive reinforcement, like praise or rewards, encourages desired behaviors, while negative reinforcement or punishment discourages unwanted actions. In classrooms, teachers use operant conditioning when they reward students for good work or set consequences for breaking rules. This approach helps shape classroom behavior and motivates students to engage in productive learning. Cognitive psychology shifted the focus from observable behaviors to the internal mental processes involved in learning. This perspective explores how students think, remember, solve problems, and process information. Cognitive theories emphasize the importance of mental structures, such as schemas and memory systems, in shaping how we learn and understand new concepts. This approach has led to more effective teaching strategies that cater to the way the mind works. Information processing theory compares the human mind to a computer, highlighting how we encode, store, and retrieve information. This theory breaks learning down into stages: sensory input, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Teachers can use this understanding to design lessons that help students organize and retain information more effectively, such as using repetition, chunking, and meaningful connections. Constructivism is a powerful theory that suggests learners actively construct their own understanding based on experiences. Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky are two key figures in this area. According to constructivism, learning is not just about absorbing facts, but about making sense of information through exploration and interaction. Teachers who use constructivist approaches encourage students to ask questions, solve problems, and collaborate with others. Jean Piaget's theory outlines 4 stages of cognitive development: sensory motor, proprational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Each stage represents a different way children think and understand the world. Understanding these stages helps teachers tailor instruction to students' developmental levels, ensuring that learning activities are appropriate and effective for each age group. Vygotsky emphasized the role of social interaction and culture in learning. His sociocultural theory introduces the concept of the zone of proximal development (ZPD), which is the range of tasks a learner can perform with guidance but not yet independently. Teachers can use scaffolding, providing support and gradually removing it, to help students progress through their ZPD and achieve higher levels of understanding. Albert Bandura's social learning theory highlights the importance of observation, imitation, and modeling in learning. According to Bandura, people learn not only through direct experience but also by watching others. This theory explains why role models, peer interactions, and media can have such a strong influence on student behavior and attitudes. Teachers can use modeling and positive examples to encourage desired behaviors in the classroom. Motivation is a key factor in educational psychology, influencing how and why students engage with learning. Theories of motivation, such as intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, help explain what drives students to succeed. Intrinsic motivation comes from within, like curiosity or personal interest, while extrinsic motivation involves external rewards or pressures. Understanding motivation helps teachers create engaging lessons and supportive environment. Self-determination theory, developed by Desai and Ryan, focuses on the need for autonomy, competence, and relatedness in motivating learners. When students feel they have control over their learning, believe in their abilities, and feel connected to others, they are more likely to be motivated and successful. Teachers can foster these needs by offering choices, providing feedback, and building positive relationships. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory that suggests people must satisfy basic needs, like food, safety, and belonging, before they can focus on higher-level goals such as learning and self-actualization. In the classroom, this means that students need to feel safe, supported, and valued in order to reach their full academic potential. Teachers play a crucial role in meeting these needs. Bloom's taxonomy is a framework for categorizing educational goals and objectives. It divides learning into 6 levels, from basic knowledge and comprehension to higher-order skills like analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Teachers use Bloom's taxonomy to design lessons that promote critical thinking and deeper understanding, ensuring that students progress beyond memorization to meaningful learning. Metacognition refers to the awareness and regulation of one's own thinking and learning processes. It involves planning, monitoring, and evaluating how we approach tasks. Teaching students metacognitive strategies like self-questioning, goal setting, and reflection can help them become more independent and effective learners. Metacognition empowers students to take control of their learning journey. Every student is unique, with different backgrounds, abilities, and learning styles. Educational psychology recognizes these individual differences and encourages teachers to adapt their instruction accordingly. Factors such as intelligence, prior knowledge, culture, and personality all influence how students learn. By acknowledging and addressing these differences, teachers can create more inclusive and effective classrooms. While the idea of learning styles, such as visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, has been popular, recent research suggests that effective teaching involves using a variety of methods to reach all learners. Rather than labeling students, teachers can provide diverse activities and materials that appeal to different senses and preferences, making learning more engaging and accessible for everyone. Theories of intelligence, such as Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences and Robert Sternberg's triarchic theory, expand our understanding of what it means to be smart. Gardner suggests that intelligence is not a single ability, but a combination of different strengths like linguistic, logical, mathematical, and interpersonal skills. Recognizing multiple intelligences helps teachers value diverse talents in the classroom. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, both our own and others. In education, EQ is linked to better relationships, classroom climate, and academic success. Teachers can foster emotional intelligence by modeling empathy, teaching social skills, and creating a supportive environment where students feel safe to express themselves. Assessment is a core part of educational psychology, providing feedback on student learning and guiding instructional decisions. There are many types of assessments, from formative ongoing checks for understanding to summative final evaluations. Effective assessment goes beyond tests and grades, incorporating observations, projects, and self-assessments to give a fuller picture of student progress. Formative assessment happens during the learning process, helping teachers identify areas where students need more support. Summative assessment takes place at the end of a unit or course, measuring what students have learned. Both types are important for guiding instruction and supporting student growth. Teachers can use a mix of assessments to ensure all students have the opportunity to succeed. Standardized tests are widely used to measure student achievement and compare performance across schools or regions. While they provide useful data, standardized tests have limitations, such as not capturing all aspects of learning or individual strengths. Educational psychologists advocate for balanced assessment systems that include multiple measures of student learning. Effective classroom management is essential for creating a positive learning environment. Theories of classroom management, such as assertive discipline and positive behavior support, provide strategies for preventing and addressing disruptions. Teachers who use these approaches set clear expectations, build relationships, and create routines that support student success. Positive behavior support (PBS) is a proactive approach to managing student behavior. It focuses on teaching and reinforcing positive behaviors rather than just punishing misbehavior. PBS involves setting clear rules, providing consistent feedback, and recognizing students who meet expectations. This approach helps create a respectful and supportive classroom climate. Culture shapes how students think, communicate, and approach learning. Educational psychology recognizes the importance of cultural background in shaping students' experiences and perspectives. Teachers can create more inclusive classrooms by valuing diversity, incorporating multicultural content, and being aware of cultural differences in communication and learning styles. Language development is a key area of educational psychology. Theories by Noam Chomsky, B.F. Skinner, and others explore how children acquire language and how teachers can support language learning. Understanding language development helps educators create effective literacy instruction and support students who are learning a new language. Educational psychology plays a vital role in supporting students with special needs. Inclusive education means providing all students, regardless of ability, with access to quality learning experiences. Teachers use individualized instruction, accommodations, and support services to help every student succeed. Understanding the principles of inclusion ensures that classrooms are welcoming and accessible to all. Gifted students have unique learning needs that require specialized support. Educational psychology helps identify giftedness and develop programs that challenge and engage advanced learners. Differentiated instruction, enrichment activities, and opportunities for independent study are key strategies for supporting gifted students and helping them reach their full potential. Developmental psychology examines how people grow and change throughout life. In education, understanding child and adolescent development helps teachers design age-appropriate lessons and support students' social, emotional, and cognitive growth. Developmental theories provide insight into the challenges and opportunities at each stage of learning. Moral development is another important area of educational psychology. Theories by Lawrence Kohlberg and Carol Gilligan explore how children develop a sense of right and wrong. Teachers can support moral development by encouraging ethical discussions, modeling fairness, and creating a classroom culture that values respect and responsibility. Learning disabilities are neurological differences that affect how students process information. Common learning disabilities include dyslexia, dyscalculia, and ADHD. Educational psychologists work with teachers to identify learning disabilities and develop strategies to support affected students, such as individualized instruction, accommodations, and assistive technology. Socioemotional learning, SEL, focuses on developing students' social and emotional skills such as self-awareness, self-management, and relationship building. SEL programs help students manage emotions, set goals, and make responsible decisions. Educational psychology supports SEL by providing research-based strategies for fostering a positive and supportive classroom environment. Technology is transforming education, offering new tools for teaching and learning. Educational psychology examines how digital resources, online learning, and educational software impact student engagement and achievement. Teachers can use technology to personalize instruction, provide instant feedback, and connect students with resources from around the world. Collaborative learning involves students working together to solve problems, complete projects, or discuss ideas. Educational psychology supports collaborative learning by highlighting the benefits of peer interaction, shared responsibility, and diverse perspectives. Teachers can facilitate group work and cooperative activities to help students develop communication and teamwork skills. Inquiry-based learning encourages students to ask questions, investigate topics, and construct their own understanding. This approach is rooted in constructivist theory and promotes critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving. Teachers guide students through the inquiry process, providing support and resources as they explore new ideas and concepts. Project-based learning, PBL, is an instructional approach where students work on real-world projects over an extended period. PBL integrates knowledge and skills from multiple subjects, encouraging students to apply what they've learned in meaningful ways. Educational psychology supports PBL by emphasizing active engagement, collaboration, and authentic assessment. Experiential learning is all about learning by doing. This approach, championed by David Kolb, emphasizes hands-on experiences, reflection, and application. Students engage in activities, reflect on what they've learned, and apply their knowledge to new situations. Experiential learning helps students develop practical skills and a deeper understanding of concepts. Teacher expectations can have a powerful impact on student achievement. The Pygmalion effect refers to the phenomenon where higher expectations lead to improved performance. Educational psychology encourages teachers to set high yet realistic expectations for all students and to communicate belief in their abilities, fostering a positive and motivating classroom environment. Feedback is a crucial part of the learning process. Effective feedback helps students understand what they're doing well and where they can improve. Educational psychology suggests that feedback should be timely, specific, and constructive, guiding students toward deeper understanding and skill development. Teachers who provide meaningful feedback support student growth and confidence. Resilience and grit are important qualities for academic success. Resilient students can bounce back from setbacks, while grit involves perseverance and passion for long-term goals. Educational psychology explores ways to build these traits, such as fostering a growth mindset, encouraging effort, and providing support during challenges. Harold Dweck's growth mindset theory suggests that believing abilities can be developed through effort leads to greater achievement. Students with a growth mindset embrace challenges, persist through difficulties, and see mistakes as opportunities to learn. Teachers can foster a growth mindset by praising effort, encouraging risk-taking, and modeling a love of learning. Parents and the wider community play a significant role in supporting student learning. Educational psychology highlights the importance of family involvement, community resources, and partnerships between schools and families. When parents and teachers work together, students benefit from consistent support and a stronger sense of belonging. Educational psychology continues to evolve, integrating new research and adapting to changing educational needs. As we look to the future, the field will play a crucial role in shaping effective teaching, supporting diverse learners, and promoting lifelong learning. By understanding the core concepts and theories we've explored, educators and students alike can work together to create more meaningful and successful learning experiences.